What's up, people? My name is Kevin. Welcome to the OCD Gaming TV. Right, I know it was a long time since I last posted, but you gotta understand, I'm working a normal from 7 to 4 working day per 7 days a week. So yeah, work got hectic, days got hectic, courses was introduced. So yeah, couldn't do a lot of videos. But yeah, we're getting back into it. And the first one we're gonna do is, I decided while I was on course, I'm gonna do a war game. What do you call it, series. I've got actually a lot of war games stretching from the First World War right through till modern day warfare. And the first one we're starting off with is Graviteam Tactics Moist Front with the new Olifant DLC that just launched on the 9th of September. Now the Olifant is just another part of the famous FAPLA UNITA war, or the Angola rebellion, or whatever you like to call it, which saw the introduction of the SADF or the SADF and the Cuban forces supporting various factions. The Cubans obviously supporting the FAPLA, and obviously the SADF supporting the UNITA forces. Now, in this one, in this DLC, it's going to be a bit of a different one. I think it's the 62 Mechanized Battalion, the 4th Infantry Battalion, the 32 Light Infantry Battalion, and the UNITA battalions. Well, you can read it up there in the historical background. So basically what this DLC introduces is the Olifant Mk.IA main battle tank of the SADF forces and the Buffalo armored personnel carrier. Now the Olifant is a quite interesting tank if you go into the history of it. Currently I think the South African forces, they've developed up to the Olifant Mk.1C. But currently that main battle tank is not in production due to budget constraints and stuff like that. But they currently do have the Mk.1AB, and they're still using the Mk.1A. Now, the Olifant tank originally came from the British Centurion tank, which saw the South Africans buying, I think it was about almost 200 of these Centurion tanks during the end of the Cold War. I think it was 1953, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off by a few years. But yeah, in 1953, South Africa bought about 100. I think it was something like 80 of the Mk.1 Centurions and like 116 of the Mk.3 Centurion tanks. But again, that ended up South Africa selling about 100 of their best Centurion tanks to the Switzerland Defense Force because they needed additional funding to buy some Mirages and stuff to boost their air power, which actually halved their tank capability by 50%. And then also with the outbreak of the border war, it saw a lot of trade embargoes being in place on South Africa, so they could not import these tanks anymore, and that left them with designing their own main battle tank, which is called the Olifant. In English it's just called the Elephant. Now actually before this embargo started, South Africa was already upgrading the Centurion tank because they had a problem with the old Centurion engine. The engine was perfect for Europe because of the cold weathers and stuff, but in Africa in the warm bush, the engines just rapidly overheated and it caused a lot of problems. Another thing they also did, the South Africans, if they took off the side skirting armor on the tracks because it got clogged up with bushes and it was just causing a lot of chaos in the veld. So they took that off. Well, the veld being the bush. Sorry, that's a bit of Afrikaans slang coming through. But seeing the embargo coming, South Africa had to drastically design their own tank. Now, with the support of the Israeli forces, South Africa actually acquired an additional 200 Centurion tanks, which they upgraded mainly by changing the engine, changing the turret a bit, getting a bit of stability in it, modifying some of the track fusions and stuff like that. But the main focus of their attention was on the turret, or the barrel of the gun. The Centurion had an 84mm gun, and the South Africans upgraded that to a 105mm gun, which was optimal. Yeah, it just caused chaos in the enemy forces. It was actually very ideal to take out the current enemy, or the current enemy tank was the T-50 45 or 50. I'll be lying now if I confirm this, but it was, yeah, it was to take out the main Russian battle tank of that period that was being sold to the FAPLA forces, and it actually did quite good. The only thing that's basically that stayed the same on the Olifant from the Centurion was the armor of the tank. I don't think the South Africans tampered too much with the armor, so the armor was basically the same. Now, a little bit of fun history during the the production and testing of this weapon. The South Africans actually, when they made the first Olifant tank, they actually, by chance, scored a whole battalion of Russian T-55 tanks that was to be delivered to the enemy forces, sitting in the harbor at Durban. And the South Africans quickly confiscated those tanks and they used them as test targets for the Olifant tank. And then actually they saw that there was a lot of shortcomings with the current Olifant tank, and they made again alterations on the Olifant tank. And the one that I just said, the main improvement that they did was they changed the 84mm gun from the, I think it was the Mk.IA Centurion. Yeah, it was the Mk.IA Centurion that had the 84mm, so they changed it to the new 105mm GT3B cannon that was actually produced by Armscorp. So yeah, that actually changed the whole face of this war. Now the Buffel, that was just basically an armored and mine protected troop carrier that the South Africans used. Now this vehicle saw service from right during the border war up until to current date. The SADF is still currently using them, these vehicles, mostly for the reserve forces, but they're still actually being used. Now, the vehicle was it was designed with the emphasis of protecting the crew inside, mostly against mine warfare, because that was one of the biggest weapons the rebels used against the South African forces was mines. So you will see it's got the predominant V-shaped armor that deflects the blast. The driver's cockpit was totally isolated and protected and fully protected against mine warfare. It had no roof on the top for the troops because it had roll bars in it, so it was for the fact if they hit a mine and the vehicle rolled, the troops could easily get out. But this again, because it had no cover from the top, it caused a series of issues because booby traps. The rebel forces started putting up like claymores and shrapnel bombs in trees that was focused to fire into the rear of the Buffel, the open, what do you call it? The open scoop, basically, where the troops sat in. And this later led to developments into the Muffle, which later led into developments to the Casper, which is the current. And then the Casper went over to the Rattle, but the Rattle, yeah, we're not going to get into that. So let's check our forces. What do we have here? Ooh, that's a bit loud. How are we going to change the volume on this bad boy? Let me just quickly check if I can set out the volume. The volume. Not sure where I can do that, but okay, never mind. We'll check that in a bit. Forget the options here. I'm just gonna do about 40 to 50 minutes of this. I haven't played it yet. This is gonna be my first time playing this, so pretty psyched on to see how it's gonna play off. So I take it here from this is 61. So are you telling me the UNITA forces, operation summary? No, don't want to go in there. Highlight company of battalion force selected platoon space. Okay, no. Show only map. No, we don't want to see it. Where is the here we go. Okay, I need to get the settings. Where the hell is the settings tab? Crap. View briefing. That's the time. Okay, never mind. Okay, what do we have here? 62 mechanized battalion. It's got all the. It's got a support squadron of Echo of tanks. Which is good. 4th Infantry's got a Rattle Company, Alpha and Bravo. Got some Buffles, some Blue Forces. Got a lot of reserves actually. We got another tank group here, company for the reserve or squadron. Actually, don't I have any air support? I just want to check if I can't get any. We actually do have support of planes and stuff. Okay. So what are we gonna do? So this is the UNITA forces here at the bottom. They also have rattles? No, they should have other things. Okay. Okay, not seeing any armor. Okay, but let's get our mechanized forces up. I don't want to advance too far. I might push my luck there. Okay, and let's see what's happening. Jeez. Okay, so historical background, right? Turn 2. The Angolan forces ambushed the 62 mechanized battalion units. The enemy delivered heavy artillery fire. Heavy tanks attached to the 62 battalion were thrown into battle. They made a flanking envelopment, providing fire support for the achieving motorized infantry. At 11 AM, the Angolan aviation lost a bombing and striking attack on advancing battle groups. BJ Alpha withdrew and was retreated, or battle group Alpha withdrew and reverted to the reserves. Okay, okay, that's never good. Jeez, we got bombed pretty badly. Okay, that's weird. We actually don't see like did we get any casualties? Arrive in 11 terms. Okay, so that's only when we get air support. Jeez. Can't really see. We didn't do any bad casualties, which is good. Okay, a lot of fatigue here. Now I think this one also forms part of the Ops Modulaire. Now if you don't know what Ops Modulaire was, I'll do a video on that later. But Modulaire and Hooper was actually an operation that the SADF forces launched against the Angolan forces. That was to actually destroy all the Angolan forces. What the Angolans main goal was to destroy UNITA, and the South Africans were supporting the UNITA forces, and they tried to destroy the Angolan forces. They actually did quite good, the South African forces. They caused a lot of casualties, but with the Cubans coming in, and yeah, it just became a massive bugger up. Actually want you guys to, no, you guys stay there and you move up to there. Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay, so we got some contact over here. Okay, we got a lot of forces that's guiding us here. So let's go, let's go. Hopefully it will be a day attack. I hate it when it's morning or evening attacks, because you can't see anything nicely on the recordings. I do like the rattle picture. Now, Ops Modulaire, also known as modular in English, was quite, it was actually, you need to go read up on this whole engagement. There was a lot of stuff that happened that was the first the world has ever seen. Like it was the first war where drones was used, tactical drones were used in destroying bridges and denying enemies certain advanced routes. And it was just brilliantly planned. It's just too bad the South Africans lost on a political front. So yeah. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Okay, let's look at the model first. Oh crap, that's too low. Right, first things first. Geez, it's floating in the air. Okay, now let's not focus on that. I must say, I do like the detail. The continental tires is actually what we did use that time. It really does look good. I like the nickname Bokkie. It means like in English it would be deer, but yeah, it's Bokkie. 1-2 Charlie, that's an infantry. But usually there'll be either an I or something here distinguishing between the corps, like infantry and stuff like that. I don't really agree with the uniform that's being worn here. Well, yeah, would I? The uniform is a bit... No, I won't agree with the uniform because 6-2 also made use of browns. This was more used by 3-2 battalion, the camos, and the Rhodesians mostly used it. So, yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna... yeah, no, the uniforms are wrong. But other than that, it does look good. Why is this guy bleeding? Why are you bleeding, mate? 1-2 Alpha, it's good. Oh, also an RPG. Now, in this war, during this period, the main anti-tank weapon of the South Africans was the FT5. But they also made use of the French Milan, the wire-guided rocket. And also, yes, they also made use of the RPG, which they took off the enemies. So I will give it to them. 1-2 Bravo. So that's a whole company or platoon over there. Where is their command or their support vehicle? Do we have any tanks over here? What we got some Rattle 90s over here. That would be this Rattle 12.7. I can't really tell with this barrel. It looks like a 20 mil. I think it would be a 20 mil. Got another Casper over here, or Biffle over here. 1-3 Charlie. Got some infantry on the ground here. The LMG, the British LMG, or I think it's Belgium. So yeah, okay, but enough goggling. Let's get into it. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Wait. We got engineers in the background. Why do we have engineers here? What do they got here? Jeez, the AKs. Yeah, the South Africans, we didn't really make use of the AK. Who is this? Montoras. I think it's the Portuguese soldiers. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Or it might be a detachment from the UNITA forces to the South Africans. But yeah, they're playing around a lot with the camos and stuff. Okay. There's some objectives. I want to go into Kanok and I want to go into the strong point quickly. So, no, I don't want to get you guys. You're probably going to lose this battle, but all for the name fun. Is that all three of them there? I'm I'm gonna make use of these statutory forces to make a lot of the engagement pushes. I'm just gonna basically rush it. It's just to check how it's going. This first engagement might not go over too good. I'm gonna keep those guys to defend there. That there. Do we have any artillery forces? UNITA. There's a lot of UNITA forces here. These guys I'm just gonna keep basically to defend here. How do I tell them to rotate, deploy automatically in the main square? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, and let's get into this. So there's a lot of trenches here. Oh, it's a local village. Okay, so we're gonna get a crap ton of enemy engagements over here. We only have one brothel? I got two. I think we should screen this first. Is that a chopper I'm hearing? It doesn't really sound like a buffalo. They're speaking Portuguese. Oh, we're taking contact. From what side? What side? What side are we taking contact from? Over here. Okay, geez, that's loud. Where's the sounds? Geez, that's really loud. Oh crap. Well, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, let's just quickly see if we can't change the sound. It's going to like that. Yes. Okay, let's go back. That was crappy. I didn't think we would load out. Okay. I just wanted to change the sound. I do apologize for that, people. I really do. That was not intentional. Well, let's hopefully it didn't muck up the attack, so hopefully we can just get back in there and get rolling again. Okay, it's good. We are there. Okay. still loud. I don't want to go gaming again, then it exits me. Okay, now let's just continue. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at what happened. So one buffle got shot out here. Dang it, that whole crew is dead, which is not good. What do we got one T-55 over here that's shot out. I think we shot out about 2 or 3 of them. I think this one's also taken out. It looks taken out. Not too bad, but they attacked with a crap ton of tanks. How's my Rattles doing? The Rattle 19's... Okay, this is the command Rattle that's taken out. Yeah, that was just stupid of me. I didn't think of that. Oh crap, this one's also taken out. Oh crap. So now we're just left with the anti-personnel weapons. Which is not ideal for a tank battle. But mind you, the RPGs do do some damage. I mean, let's just see what's gonna happen here. Crap, that one has taken some pretty bad damage. Let's go. I gotta admit, I like the detail here. I mean, this one, BMP's wheel is shot off. That's nice detail in there. Yeah, they're just mopping us up now. We took about 4 of their tanks out from this one point, which is not bad. What is going here? Oh, that's freaking awesome! Look at that. They even got the... Now that's a lot of detail in a game. I mean, they even got the fins there, the stabilizing fins, which is bloody nice. Oh, beautiful shot there. What the hell was shooting on this side? Jeez, that's bad. Just look at that. Right, let's just check a second to look what's. So they call in some heavy artillery over here. Well, with that said and done, we did take Kanoka. We are pushing on the strong point. I mean, this Rattle is doing. Where's my Rattle? Did it just get shot out? No, it's still here. It's still going. This Rattle is doing considerable damage. I think it's popping out some smoke here. But it's doing some considerable damage, which is good. Is this 90? It's on fire. Oh crap. Yeah, that's burned out. This was actually my main anti-tank gun. I think this is this 90 took out majority of these T-55s that's over here. So yeah, but yeah, no, they're moving. Let's get into this. Is that? Oh, it's the frickin' mortars. These bad boys are shooting the crap out of me. But I think we did take 2 of the objectives here, and we did hold the crossroads, which is good. I don't want to. Geez, they got an anti-tank here. They're actually quite dispersed, quite good. But this bad boy is taking. I don't know. Oh, he's taking shots. How do you? That's nice. Okay. We got the engineers here. I want to push them up. We are pushing up here to a considerable length. Do I want to take out? No, that anti-tank there is going to decimate me. And I think there's some heavy stuff in here also. Which I don't want to be messing around with now. How do you ask for a ceasefire in this game? Victory loses territory. Allies. There should be a way to like ongoing. And the other one you can like ask for a ceasefire and stuff like that. Why is it not allowing it here? That's pretty weird. Oh crap! Now it resetted it. Oh, that's not good. No. Okay, guys. I think we did see it went pretty damn well the first time. So I think we're gonna call it a day here. So yeah, I messed up that one. Sorry about that, but we did get to see some of the stuff moving and some of the vehicle, the models and stuff like that. It looked pretty damn good. So I think I'm gonna just do this battle off map, or not off map, while I'm not recording, and then when this one is done and I figure out some of the stuff in this one, then I'll come back and we can check that one. So check you guys in a bit. Hope you enjoyed. If this is only going to be my part one, course, we basically did win. We basically did take Kanoka and we did take the strong point, and we were pushing up to Samgura. So let me just redo this and see if I can't reset it, because I messed up somehow now. And yeah, and then when I come back, we will hopefully deploy units in defense. Okay. So yeah, hopefully when I come back, we'll be taking a look at part 2, and hopefully there will be some armor, some Olifant tanks. The much allured Olifant tanks that I was talking about. But up until then, guys, hope you like this one. I do like this DLC so far. I do like the models. They did up a lot of the models. The colors look crisp. The detail is authentic, except for, well, okay, on the uniforms one I have to say, okay, when you heard it, it was Portuguese soldiers, so it's not SADF forces. So the uniforms are correct for them. But again, the UNITA forces, which I think this is, yeah, they didn't have white people in them, but yeah, irrespective. So hope you enjoyed this one, guys. See you on the next one, and leave a like if you like this, guys, and hit me up in the comments. Come on, guys, and go check out this DLC. It's bloody awesome, people. It's freaking awesome. So see you guys in the next one, and enjoy.